Jay was scared, but courageously asked Dominic where his family is. Are they all right, or have he done something to them? He doesn't answer him and just staring at him silently. After it, he brings the injured man in the middle of the room. He gives his knife to the girl and compels her to cut that injured man's skin from belly and give it to him. She has no other way. She does the same as he say. The boy was already injured. She cuts his skin and gives it to Dominic. He sends her back. After it, he throws the knife to Jay. He asks him to do the same. He picks up the knife and attacks Dominic. He moves away at the right time so doesn't get injured. Jay failed in his attack, and now it wasn't good for him. Dominic attacks him with his elbow. Because of Jay's act, he will punish that girl. He holds her face and calls the guard. He asks him to put a pipe in her mouth. He puts an insect along with a blade in her mouth and then shuts her mouth. The insect gets stuck in the girl's throat. She is suffering from pain and feeling problems while breathing. After a while, her mouth starts bleeding, in which the insect comes out. Jay keeps the blade while crushing the insect. He tried to cut his rope with that blade. The guard was still forbidding him to do this. Otherwise, the next time they will get the worst punishment. Jay doesn't listen to him and cuts his hand's rope. Jay moves out of this room while pushing Dominic when he arrives. Unluckily, all the doors to go out of this house were closed. He couldn't leave from there. He gets into an AC vent, but it breaks because of his weight, as it was a narrow place. Jay falls down and gets faint. When he awakes, he finds himself at the place where he was tied before. This time, Dominic has chained his hands. Dominic again moves inside to punish Jay for what he has done. He gives a key to the guard and opens his handcuffs. Then he gives him a hammer and 2 nails. He makes him understand to drive nails in his hands so that he can't leave from here. The guard follows his orders and drives nails into Jay's hands. It was terrible and painful, causing Jay to faint again. He awakes and sees his hands were bound in the wall through nails. It was giving him a lot of pain. He bears pain and somehow releases his hands from nails. He takes a calm breath. After a while, he says that there must be some connection between them and kidnapper Dominic. That's why he is torturing, and in this, he has crossed all limits of cruelty. They don't remember anything about it. What is the connection between them, and what wrong had they done to him? The injured man tries to say something. He makes a mark on sand with his finger. After it, he opens the stitches of his mouth. While bearing pain tearing his mouth, he just says a word, horseshoe. As he was injured, and after bearing a lot of pain, he dies. Hearing this word horseshoe, Jay becomes astonished. He understands the relation with the kidnapper. 20 years ago, when Jay goes on vacation with his family as a child, it was like forest, and here he makes 3 friends. They are none other than the same who are locked with him in the basement. The girl, the guard, and the injured man. Jay tells them a true story that there is a farmhouse in this forest. A farmer lives there and his wife died a few times ago. Since then, he has become insane. He imprisoned his son in his farmhouse and tortured him even after he removed his skin. One day, he killed his son with a sharp axe. It is said that the farmer is still alive and lives in his farmhouse. That farmhouse is in this forest, and the farmer is wandering in this forest for his next prey.